This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Time check for you, 12 hours 2. My name is Amrita Koshal, and it is now time for your main newscast. Government overspending has wiped out oil earnings, financial hole now being filled with borrowings, according to previous Finance Minister Winston Jordan. With more than $600 million currently sitting in the Guyana government's Natural Resources Fund, former Minister of Finance Winston Jordan believes that these earnings over the 2-year period since oil began production in December 2021 has already been eradicated by the cumulative budget deficits presented by the PPPC administration. A budget deficit occurs when expenses exceed revenues and indicate, generally speaking, the financial health of a country. President Ali, in defending the much criticized 7% salary increase, lamented that it was the predecessor coalition administration that had eradicated the spending power of the Guyanese population through lost disposable income. Calling the president's assertions an attempt to hoodwink the populace, Jordan qualified his position by outlining that, as a result of the administration spending more than it is earning, spending done in large part through loans, it has, in fact, already decimated any earnings being held in the Natural Resources Fund. Guyana 2021 oil take 1 million barrels less than expected. Guyana had earlier this year projected collecting at least 1 million barrels of oil lift entitlements under its production sharing agreement with ESSO and their Starbuck Block Consortium partners. This is not to be, however, since on Monday last it was announced that the government had completed its final lift for the year, its fifth. That lift totaled 1,043,289.542 barrels of oil and brought the country's total take for the year to approximately 5.1 million barrels. This now brings the total oil lifts since the first oil in 2019 to 9. While the ministry did not disclose the sale price, Guyana's Natural Resources Fund, held in the New York Federal Reserve at the end of October last, held some $534 million, and with its final lift for the year, that account is now expected to stand at an excess of $600 million. The non-technical summary NTS for ExxonMobil's fourth project, the Yellowtail development, has revealed that greenhouse gases are set to increase by as much as 30% throughout the production stage. Simply put, greenhouse gases are harmful emissions such as carbon dioxide that trap the Earth's heat and contribute to global warming or the warming of the planet. Even though Guyana would be significantly contributing to this phenomenon, the responsible party has categorically stated that these emissions will not be a problem, since the country's forest will offset the environmental impacts. In the same breath, highlighting the increase in GHGs due to the Yellowtail development, Exxon said Guyana's forestry resources remove over 10 times more GHGs each year than Guyana is estimated to emit. As a consequence, it was noted that no mitigation measures would be required. EPA to now procure modern instruments to monitor pollution impacts. The EPA disclosed yesterday that it is in the process of bolstering its monitoring and assessment capabilities for various industries by procuring modern and state-of-the-art measurement equipment and analysis tools to take accurate measurements and to make credible assessments of impacts of pollutants in air, water, and land. It was keen to note that this is a basic capability of any environmental regulatory agency for providing trustworthy and timely assessments of risks and corrective actions. Further to this, the EPA informed members of the media that it will soon launch a remote real-time monitoring system and platform to keep an eye on facilities and their level of compliance with key environmental parameters. To complement its technological improvements, the EPA noted that it continues to build the capacity of its staff members. In other news, we now tell you, Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, German Figuera, is proposing that a review of the audit reports on government spending for the years 2016, 2017, and 2018 be merged as a means of addressing the committee's backlog. However, the proposal, which will fast-track the review of public expenditure under the previous APNU-AFC administration, met with objections from government members of the PAC. The proposal came towards the end of the PAC's meeting on Monday, some weeks after members of the committee debated whether the meeting should be held twice weekly to address the backlog of reviewing government spending. That had resulted in a motion being passed and approved by government members of the PAC to revert the meeting to once weekly. The PAC chairman asserted that the proposal was made to assist primarily with dealing with a backlog of audits yet to be reviewed. Scores of Nandi Park residents to be displaced for new Demerara River Bridge. The new river bridge across the Demerara River, meant to replace the decades-old existing two-lane facility, is not expected to cause extensive environmental impacts during its construction, but a number of homes in the area of Nandi Park, East Bank, Demerara will have to be acquired, that is, by the state. Accordingly, the Ministry of Public Works, which is overseeing the construction of the new facility, has since been cleared by the EPA from having to conduct an environmental impact assessment. While outlining some environmental impacts said to be negligible, such as noise and some dust pollution during construction, it was noted that an initial assessment of the proposed alignment on the eastern bank of the Demerara River shows that approximately 24 lots of land may be acquired. Time check for you, 12 hours 9. We will return with more news shortly after the break.
Diana, join me on the Glenn Lal Show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Glenn Lal Show, only on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
Survival Supermarket's Customer Appreciation Day sale is happening on December the 2nd from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. at our Sheriff Street and Blessingen Road locations. All customers will earn a big 10% discount throughout the supermarkets, excluding tobacco and alcohol products. An event you don't want to miss. It's Survival's 13th Customer Appreciation Anniversary Day sale on December the 2nd. All customers will earn a big 10% discount. Shop Price Smart at Survival.
My name is Amrita Koshal. We now return with your main newscast in detail. During the opening of tenders yesterday at the MPTAB office, bids were opened for the construction of a general washroom and staircase at the Central Fire Station, Georgetown. This is a project which falls under the Ministry of Home Affairs. According to the ministry's engineer's estimate, the cost for this project is pegged at $11,542,872. The Central Fire Station, which is the Guyana Fire Service headquarters, is located in the Starbrook Market area and will soon be moved to the Durban Park space. We now tell you that 2 locals under investigation for allegedly stealing gold from Chinese mining company. 2 local employees are under police investigation for allegedly trying to steal small quantities of gold from Chinese company Zijing Mining Group at the Aurora Gold Mines location in Region 7. According to Region 7 police, the alleged theft took place last week. It is understood that the accused have been released on bail as investigations continue. Authorities disclosed that the amount of gold the local workers were found with was only small amounts. According to the Public Relations Department, an incident did occur and is now a subject of police investigation. And now in international news, Brazilian health regulator Anvisa said on Tuesday that 2 Brazilians had tested positive for the Omicron COVID-19 variant, the first reported cases in Latin America. Anvisa said a traveler arriving in Sao Paulo from South Africa and his wife, who had not traveled, both tested positive for the new variant, adding to concerns of global Omicron spread before recent travel bans went into effect. The traveler landed at Sao Paulo's Guarulhos International Airport on November 23rd with a negative test for COVID-19. But before a planned return trip, the couple tested positive and the samples were sent for further analysis, which identified the Omicron variant. The traveler arrived in Sao Paulo before the World Health Organization first flagged the Omicron variant publicly, and before Brazil resolved on Friday to suspend flights from South Africa and 5 other southern African countries. And now it's time for your COVID-19 update. A 5-year-old boy from Region 4 and a fully vaccinated 49-year-old woman from Region 5 who contracted COVID-19 have died. As a result, Guyana's COVID-19 death toll has moved to 994. 49 new cases were recorded, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 37,874. 18 patients admitted into the ICU, 72 persons in institutional isolation, 1,139 in home isolation, and 2 in institutional quarantine. To date, a total of 35,651 persons have recovered from the virus. We now turn your attention to page 7 of the Kaieteur News, Blunt. A wise Guyanese said that policing local content legislation crucial. We agree. But if the police is something like the EPA, then it's goodbye to local content. Guyanese can look forward to getting a local kickdown, a local shove-down, and a local runaround, and all thanks to the PPP and its tricky VP of oil. My name is Amrita Koshal, and this was your main newscast.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ad